Hi there, so we're here in Southern Retro Games. Today we're going to be unboxing some stuff that's come from Japan. So I have no idea what's in these boxes at all. These are what Lee bought, so I'm going to be learning stuff as soon as you will be. So let's start by cracking this first one open and see what we've got. Now, if you didn't know already, the owners of Soft Fun, Lee and Akane, and the family, go to Japan every single year in summer. And then we usually start getting these boxes through October and November, which is great timing because we do a Christmas club and loads of people like to order these on Christmas club or even buy them for the loved ones in Christmas. So it's nice that these finally come nice and early this year, coming in kind of mid-October, and already this is what we're seeing. If you want to take a look in there. Now, instantly I'm seeing loads of Sony stuff. So we've got Yakuza there, we've got a Fantasy Star Vita game. And what's good about like getting these kind of games, especially when it's like PlayStation 3 and Vita, is the region free. So you can play them on the consoles, no modding, nothing you need to do apart from just chuck the game in. So that's cool to see. So we're going to do some piles on here of different stuff we're going to do. So we've got some Yakuza bits. Now, this has been our bread and butter for a while, and that is Biohazard stuff. So this is a Biohazard soundtrack remix. So I haven't seen this one before. I think we've got a lot more soundtracks this year than we have compared to other years. So these usually go pretty quickly, surprisingly. Yeah, a lot of soundtracks go outdoor fast. So we've got like a Biohazard cabinet. So that'll be going in there. And then again, we've got a music collection for Pokemon. Awesome. So that'll be black and white era. Let's see what else we've got in there. Sony soundtracks, Final Fantasy soundtracks, great stuff. So yeah, like I say, I'd say these are growing ever more popular at the moment. To dig even more through. So we've got Crash Bandicoot. I always love kind of getting the Crash Bandicoot and the Spyro games because the artwork's so different. It's kind of weird thinking like how different they did the artwork, like just depending on the different regions, just to promote differently. Now this disc I remember being really wacky. Now it's just something you don't really see in the West as much, kind of like wacky artwork. So like I say, it's cool to get them as collector pieces to put on the wall. And something a little bit different. Project Arm, I don't think I've ever heard of this game actually. So unfortunately this will be region locked, but we've started doing region free PlayStation 2 Slims. So at least you can like play them games if you get a PlayStation 2 off us and go for that. That was kind of an interesting game. Never seen that one before. It's like I say, there's new stuff that comes in all the time that even I've not seen. We've got something that's Gundam-like, because we've got Gundam there. Again, region free because it's PlayStation 3. And the PlayStation 3 in general is just really great console to collect for at the moment. The prices are starting to rise from being kind of dirt cheap for years, but you can still get many games like pretty cheap. So, definitely worth going out for. And then we've got some more PlayStation 1 games. So we've got like, I don't even know what this looks like, kind of like a gambling kind of pinball kind of thing going on there for a Victory Zone. And Kingsfield. Brill. Those are great stuff. Now let's go somewhat big. Oh, cool. So we've seen one of these before. So this is actually an accessory for the PlayStation 2. So what you do is you put the PlayStation 2 controller in there and then you control it like it's a gamepad. So like flip up and then you've got like the buttons on there and it plays kind of exactly how that would play. Cool, really cool piece of kit. I've probably seen them for about 2 years. Again, more PlayStation 2 games, but now I'm starting to see stuff on the side. So the owner is a massive Star Wars fan. So I think he's bringing a lot more like Star Wars stuff over this year and figures, which is cool. So like I say, Final Fantasy stuff, we always bring more like Final Fantasy stuff. We started slowing down probably this year with the Final Fantasy compared to other stuff. I'd say we've had a big concentration on like horror, Persona, and like Metal Gear. Speaking of Metal Gear, here we go. So we've got a few of these, like the PSP games. Again, the PSP games are also region free. And we've also got a separate Metal Gear cabinet, something that's quite popular. Oh, what we've got here? Aliens. So if I open this up, it's like I say, I have no idea if we're getting any of this kind of stuff. Something cool. It's October, it's Halloween, probably a really good time to get that in, I would say. keep going on. Now, if I remember rightly, there we go. So Connor, what series is this from again? I forgot what it's called. Is it Dynasty Warriors?
Dynasty Warriors.
Yeah. So I know they got
Warriors of Orochi or whatever. Yeah.
There you go. So got the game there, and we have had this before actually. So there's always like pin badges and collectible stuff in there. And as you know, getting stuff in Japan is a lot more like collectible kind of things, where we just never got them over here. Chocobo collection. So if you ever played like the Chocobo games, this is kind of what they all are in here. Again, we also do region 3 PlayStation 1s and PlayStation 2s, so you can just play these games. Some games are more playable than others because they're in Japanese. Some of them are weirdly in English. I don't really know why. Not a bad thing though. So like when you're playing Fires, I'd say sometimes you see the English when you're on the menu, so it makes it hard to do. Easier to do, sorry. Whereas probably RPGs, I'd say are probably a lot more difficult. So I'd say either get a book of Japanese to learn it quick, or you know, just enjoy it for the collection, I'd say. But you know, I like to play some Japanese games sometimes and kind of suffer through the Japanese, because sometimes you're playing like a game that's similar and you kind of get the feel of how the game plays without having to kind of read stuff. But like I say, you do struggle a little bit more when it comes to RPGs. So we've got a Biohazard drama album. Again, this is a new one for me. Another soundtrack. We've got the Obi strip. So the Obi strips is how they put the barcodes on in Japan. These are always, I don't know, Obi strips, I just think it makes a game look more cool. Look at that. Nah, yeah. Really cool piece of kit, that. So we'll put that for the other Biohazard stuff later. Biohazard's a PS3 game, again, region 3, can play with that. See what else we've got. Got Metal Gear Solid, and then Biohazard 3, both soundtracks again. So as you can tell, there's quite a lot of soundtracks in this one. So they're cool to kind of put out later. Boom. Let's go to a bigger piece now. So we've got the Persona 5 20th anniversary. Let's see what's in there. So again, we've got the Obi strip. This looks like a bigger Obi strip. So I'd like to put the Obi strip on display as well, so you know exactly what you're getting. Where what a lot of people do in Japan is they'll just put them in so you can see. Well, so you can't see, so you have to open it up to see if they're inside. So it's kind of cool, like rooting through some of these games that we didn't know have Obi strips, and they actually do. So this one comes with the soundtrack, and it's a PS4 game. PS4 is also region 3, so you can play that as well without having to have any modded consoles or anything like that. Which, as I say, it's really cool when you're having like a collector's item and being able to play it. I mean, there's nothing worse than kind of having something you can't play if you don't want to. I mean, there's always means for us to kind of make stuff region 3 generally, but when you can do it straight away without having anything modded, it's a lot easier. So there we've got Phantom Pain. We've had this quite a few times before. Like I say, Metal Gear stuff's getting ever more popular in here recently. Here we go, fan of Pokemon. So I've got a Jigglypuff. So that's like a click kit. That's kind of sick. So kind of like a Gundam kind of style. So something a little bit different for the collection. And if I remember rightly, they're not even that expensive. So again, cool to kind of, if you even just want to make it and get rid of it, or whether you want to put it beside as a display, which would be the obvious choice. Pokemon. So we usually get a few of them. Another Kirby item. So anything Kirby kind of just leaves here straight away, like it doesn't last long. And that's very similar to the Jigglypuff that I've just shown you on there. That one's all wrapped up already, so I'd have to unwrap that one to check everything's in there. Then we've got another collector's set, again, PlayStation 3, region 3. What's in that one? I assume there's some kind of like book or something in here. Let's have a look. Awesome, so I've got like 2 kind of books in here. Let's pull it all out, let's show you. It's not too shy with the stock, eh? Cool. They look like really good quality books as well. And of course, you're going to get the game. Awesome. I'll put that out of the way, so you can see that later. Now, as Connor's probably just shown you in here, we've got some more bigger items. We've got Zone of Enders premium package. Again, that's pretty cool. I've never played any Zone of Enders games. Kind of been on my list of stuff to play. I've just never got round to it. So, to be fair, some of the stuff you're seeing in here, I remember taking myself actually, so be aware of that. And of course, if you are interested in any items, just give us a message on our social media, or you can buy it from our shop as well. We're also touring around the country, getting different pieces, selling different pieces at different shows. So just give us a message, because like we can either send the items to you, or you might even be in a show in your area, so you can get it there. Again, just looks really good quality. Like, Japanese people just get all this cool stuff, and we get nowhere near as much. Same with America as well, for that matter. Beautiful. Just look how nice and gold that is. Let's put that next to the belt. What's more gold out of them two? Best not answering that. Going through it. I'm seeing Pokemon again. Let's see what this item is. Cool, we've got Pikachu in a
Blender.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm assuming that lights up. So I'm assuming like Pikachu's gonna like power this up. Again, just another cool item. Yeah, cool. That'd be the display pieces. Now, more PlayStation 3 games. Probably going to hear me exhausting saying that the region 3 by this point, but there you go. We've got Time Crisis, absolutely amazing game. If you don't have Time Crisis in your collection and you've got a CRT, you're doing something wrong. Obviously, you do need a CRT to be able to use the gun con or the G con. Yeah, and like the condition of all these Japanese games are always generally really good. So look after the stuff more than we do in the West, and that's just the honest truth. But at least when you get all this stuff, you know it's going to be pretty good condition. And then I'm going to quickly flip through some of these. So, game I've never seen before. I'm sure Connor will be interested in that. As you can tell by his laugh, he definitely is. Hamster game. Oh no, that looks kind of up my alley. Kind of like little funky kind of Japanese graphics games. I'm not really too sure what that one is. I've never seen it before, so even I'm like I say, even I do my own research on this stuff when it comes in and see what it is. There's always something unique coming in. Now, while Lee was in Japan, there was a lot of new, old items stocked. So when I say that, what I mean is there was stuff that had never been sold, and they've been put in boxes from back in the day, and they're in like near perfect condition. So we've already had some of these come through already. So this is a one-piece Game Boy Advance game, and just the condition is just ridiculous. Like, it is literally just ridiculous, and we've got a few of these. So obviously, like I say, they all came out together. That's why we've got so many, and they're just all in really good condition. It's ridiculous. It really is. So we've got them, but as well as them, we've got the exact same for the Virtual Boy games. Just like, they're brand new. Like, it's insane. So it's going to be cool, like, selling essentially brand new condition stock in there. Like, I don't like to use the word mint, but I mean, what other word would you use for these? You know, there you go. So if you want Virtual Boy games and you want them in the best condition possible, we're definitely the place to come for them. Now, a bit of the mix up. So usually we don't do new items in here, but we do like to bring some special editions back. So we've got Fire Emblem on the Nintendo Switch. It's very rare we do Nintendo Switch items, but you know, we can make a case for it if it's something a bit more unique. Let's have a quick look in there and see what's going on. If I can find my way through. Cool. Like I said, again, they just keep everything in beautiful condition. I mean, just looking at that. What we've got in here, I don't want to open it. That's how nice it is. Got some art cards in there. So if you ever just want to ask what kind of collector's items and special editions we can, just give us a message, because we've always got different stuff like this. Usually it all makes the website, but we get such a mass of all this stuff in one go. Sometimes it sells before it goes on the website. Obviously we've got some really great customers that just buy stuff straight away. Another Sony soundtrack there. So yeah, just give us a message. Again, like I was saying, with Crash Bandicoot, wacky artwork. I love it. I probably do, to be fair, prefer the artwork that we have, but it's just so weird seeing stuff so different. I mean, look in there. Just interesting stuff to look at. I always feel like the disc artwork is really underrated, especially for like Japanese games. They're pretty cool. one of my favourite games ever, Ratchet and Clank. So again, I will have most of them probably in my collection already. It's just cool to have some different artwork pieces. Got some Wild Arms there, all on PlayStation 2, so like I say, they have to be on a modded or Japanese console. Metal Gear Solid 2. Yeah, so it's looking pretty good in just this box alone, really. So I think we're back down to the last 3 pieces in this box. So again, PlayStation 3, Region 3. It's got all the stuff in the back in there, so you get quite a lot in that, really. Beautiful. And then show you the last 2 items that are in here, and then we'll start to finish up. Another treasure box. Sick. Let's open this one up, actually. Why not? It's just a sliding box, so it's a lot easier. So yeah, we've got loads of art cards. I'm assuming cards. We've got a soundtrack, and we've got the game itself. Awesome. You can just store that away. And then last but not least, so I think this is actually a hard drive for a PlayStation 2. Now these were used for different things on other games. We've actually got one that we got last year, and what you could do is you could put music on it, and you could use Beatmania, I believe, to play games with the music. So yeah, that was quite interesting. Obviously people use it for different means nowadays, but it's cool to see a 40GB boxed HDD. Pretty cool. So that's everything for the first box, really. So like I say, we've got over 40 of these boxes coming, so you just never know what you're going to get in there. Usually it's like PlayStation 1 games, soundtracks like we've seen there. We're starting to get figures and just random collectible items. So if you stick by, I'm going to start showing you some more and start, you know, just liking us on all the different social media. Instagram and Facebook is probably where we prioritise. Thank you very much for watching, guys.